It's Monday, March 24. In the headlines, motor vehicle duty concession to be expanded. Warren Newby to run on the Jamaica Labour Party's Clarendon Northwest ticket in the next general elections. In business news, Sagicor retains top credit ratings. Regionally, Caribbean Airlines Cargo opens cold storage unit. And in sports, Reggae Boys to face St. Vincent at Sabina Park. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. Warren Newby, a former senator, is set to represent the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP, in the upcoming parliamentary general election, after emerging victorious in the closely contested internal race for the Clarendon Northwest seat. Mr. Newby triumphed over attorney Corey Dunkley and educator Dr. Clovis Nelson in the three-way contest. Securing 68% of the votes, Newby outpaced Dunkley, who garnered 30%, with Dr. Nelson receiving the remaining votes. According to JLP Deputy General Secretary and Director of Elections, Dr. Andrew Wheatley, a total of 550 delegates participated in the voting for the internal contest. As the JLP has now secured its candidate, Dr. Wheatley emphasized the importance of party unity to ensure the JLP retains the Northwest Clarendon seat in the upcoming election. Commuters are set to benefit from a new number 9 bus route. The JUTC says this new number 9 bus route from Nago Head to Spanish Town will come into effect on March 24, and it will provide a reliable and convenient transportation option for commuters. The Jamaica Urban Transit Company says the fare structure will be $50 for adults using smart fare cards and $100 for those using cash. Seniors eligible for concession will pay $25 on the route, and children, students, and persons with disabilities will pay $20. This new route has the potential to significantly improve daily travel for commuters, offering both affordability and ease of access. The 20% duty concession, previously limited to pickup trucks used by farmers, will now be expanded to involve other mid-sized commercial vehicles commonly used in farming. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness made the announcement during his contribution to the 2025-2026 budget debate in the House of Representatives on Thursday, March 20. Under the new measure, the government will revise the General Consumption Tax Act to redefine the eligible vehicles, allowing versatile options such as panel vans and small trucks to qualify for the concession.
In other words, we are removing barriers that limit our farmers' ability to transport perishable goods, equipment, and livestock feed efficiently. You know, Madam Speaker, it's just the things that we do that make sense.
In addition to expanding the range of eligible vehicles, the government will also amend the regulations to allow the importation of light commercial vehicles up to 15 years old, up from the previous limit of 10 years.
A farmer can easily get a duty concession for a van, a pickup that is essentially a luxury good. Essentially. But what they would really need is a vehicle with more capacity to carry load, which is more practical. And this is when bureaucracy becomes self-indulgent.
Thank you.
That is it. The bureaucracy is just self-indulgent. And it takes a practical eye to look at the thing and say, listen, just get it done.
Finance and Public Service Minister Favour Williams will soon announce the effective date for these adjustments. The government is taking steps to overhaul maintenance of roads in Jamaica, aiming for a more efficient and accountable system. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says a strategic road maintenance review is underway to streamline oversight and governance. He made the announcement during his contribution to the 2025-2026 budget debate. The details from Danita Rodney in this report.
For years, road maintenance has been plagued by fragmented responsibility among multiple agencies, leading to inefficiencies and costly emergency repairs. Prime Minister Holness says the government is now working to consolidate oversight under a single authority.
We are therefore undertaking a strategic review of road maintenance with a focus on institutional governance arrangements to give consideration to the possible establishment of a single road authority to streamline governance and oversight. With this in place, we can have clear lines of enforcement against persons who destroy our roads. It is particularly disturbing to see concrete spilled on our roads and no accountability for clearing and restoration.
The Prime Minister also revealed the plans for a national addressing system, including zip codes and digital addresses, to enhance infrastructure development.
We are also integrating geospatial technologies and AI-driven solutions to improve planning and efficiency. We have significantly mapped and referenced over 90% of all roads in Jamaica. This information will help us to create an intelligence register of all our roads, to use it in spatial planning, and importantly, to develop a fiscal preventative maintenance plan which aligns to the engineered lifespan of the road. This also lays the basis for smarter and connected infrastructure to address traffic, public safety, civil defense, security, and logistics. To this end, I have given directions to the NAA and the Spatial Data Management Branch to begin work on developing a uniformed address system and zip code for Jamaica, including the use of digital addresses.
With these changes, the government aims to extend road lifespans, reduce repair costs, and improve public safety. Dr. Holness says this shift marks a smarter and more resilient future for Jamaica's road network.
Mr. Speaker, after decades of underinvestment, we are shifting to a structured, sustainable, tech-based system of road maintenance, and this approach will extend the road lifespan, reduce frequent repairs, and improve safety. This government is not just rebuilding roads, we are building a smarter, more resilient future for Jamaica.
Time now for the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Similar to individuals, companies are rated by their credit score as an indication that they're able to pay back their debt. The Caribbean Information and Credit Rating Services has reaffirmed the credit rating of Sagicor Group Jamaica. The regional scale ratings indicate that the level of creditworthiness of Sagicor Group Jamaica, judged in relation to other obligations in the Caribbean, is good. CARICRIS has also assigned a stable outlook on the ratings. The stable outlook is predicated on the high probability of the group maintaining profitable operations, albeit at a lower level over the next 12 to 15 months. The group is comprised of 12 subsidiaries with operations in 5 main countries, namely Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, Costa Rica, Panama, and Barbados. The group's total assets stood at $591.4 billion Jamaican dollars as at September 2024, while total income was $32.8 billion Jamaican dollars for the period ended September 2024. For businesses that have an annual revenue of between 15 million Jamaican and 425 million Jamaican and are registered for at least 2 years and have been in operation for a minimum of 1 year, NCB Jamaica Limited will offer lower rates. NCB has announced that from March 31, it will be launching a $1 billion Jamaican facility designed to provide access to financing to micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. NCB will be applying a 0.25% reduction across all SME loan products, extending the benefits of lower borrowing costs beyond the fund itself. Executive Director of the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, Sasha Vassiano-Riley, has acknowledged the challenges of business growth due to challenges to get financing. Speaking at the PBCJ and Inter-American Development Bank's IDB Empower Jamaica workshop at the Jamaica Pegasus in St. Andrew on Tuesday, Vassiano-Riley said there is an inadequacy of financing options that can help business owners scale. She also pointed out that the need to help businesses transition from operating in the informal space to becoming formalized. She stated, "Too many Jamaican businesses are still running on empty. Why? Because access to finance isn't as easy as it should be. Let's be real. Our financial landscape has some hurdles." Furthermore, Vassiano-Riley pointed out that another obstacle to financing is the informality of some businesses. She stated, "I'm talking about the dressmaker in the community or the man down the road fixing cars. Now, these are legitimate businesses providing real services, but because they aren't formalized, the banks don't see them, and it's hard for them to access loans," she points out. For the trading period ending March 21, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Alternative energy provider Wigton Energy Limited, with 7,277,065 units traded, represent 26.88% of market sales volume. Real estate developer and billboard sales company Kentire Holdings Jamaica Limited, with 4,323,456 units traded, representing 15.97% of market sales volume. Toll road provider Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited, with 3,500,342 units traded, representing 12.93% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rates set by the Bank of Jamaica. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rates set by the Bank of Jamaica. On March 21, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $48.49 million purchased and US $44.73 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned 64 cents per dollar, selling the US at $157.63 and buying the US at $156.99. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders 39 cents per transaction, with selling at $109.82 and buying at $109.43. The British pound yielded Forex traders $6.09 in profits, with selling at $202.96 and buying at $196.87. For our credit report tip of the day, when it comes to rebuilding your credit, both proactive and reactive people can succeed, but the path they take is different. A proactive person plans ahead and prevents issues, while a reactive person responds to challenges as they come. The key, both can win with the right strategies. Winning strategies for proactive people include checking your credit report monthly to spot errors before they hurt your score. You can also set up automatic payments for bills and loans to ensure on-time payments. Winning strategies for reactive people: request a free credit report and review it thoroughly. Then dispute inaccurate items immediately to improve your credit score. Now, for professional women over the age of 45 who are desiring to move from financial recovery to financial resilience, you have to fight to stay wealth-minded. The world around you is designed to keep you comfortable in survival mode instead of leading. But the women who build wealth don't just recover from setbacks. They strategize, adapt, and grow beyond them. Are you reactive, only fixing financial problems when they explode? Or are you proactive, planning, investing, creating multiple income streams before a crisis hits? It's time to self-evaluate. And that wraps up today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, consumers in Antigua and Barbuda and across the region could soon feel the pinch as imported goods may see sharp price hikes. This comes as the U.S. considers hefty fines on Chinese-built or operated ships docking at its ports. Prime Minister Gaston Brown is sounding the alarm, warning that container costs could skyrocket by thousands of dollars, driving up prices at home. Jamie J. Roche has more.
A global policy with local consequences. Prime Minister Gaston Brown is sounding the alarm about new U.S. fines on Chinese-built ships. Fines that could send import costs soaring and push up prices in Antigua and Barbuda.
Now, the analysis has been done, and we've been advised that a container typically could increase by about $3,000 to $4,000 US each. Now, if that happens, you're talking about an increase in prices by 8 to 10% easily, which will be extremely inflationary at this time.
With inflation already high, the government is weighing its options. But Prime Minister Brown says this is a problem that affects the entire region, so CARICOM is stepping in.
What has happened, we discussed this matter at the level of CARICOM, and the decision that we took yesterday is that the current chairman, who is our dear friend and sister, Mayor Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, will write on behalf of CARICOM as a chairman to indicate to President Trump the kind of impact that will have on the Caribbean. In fact, it will literally destabilize Caribbean economies.
The hope is to secure an exemption under the Caribbean Basin Initiative, a trade agreement with the United States meant to keep the region stable.
What we're asking for is a carve-out under the CBI initiative, because one of the objectives of the CBI, the Caribbean Basin Initiative, is to ensure stability, economic and social stability within the region. The United States obviously should be concerned about its third border and any, let's say, unintended consequences of any policies that it will implement. So we'll be pursuing it from that standpoint. We're not getting involved in the geopolitical spats between China and the U.S., but at the same time, where it affects us, the U.S. administration must be engaged.
So what if this plea falls on deaf ears? The Prime Minister says there's a plan B, but he's not discussing it just yet. One thing's for sure, Antigua and Barbuda, like the rest of CARICOM, is watching it closely, because if container costs skyrocket, the ripple effect will hit every household. Jamie J. Roche, ABS News.
Caribbean Airlines Cargo is making history with a brand new cold storage facility at Piarco International Airport, the first of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean. The move is expected to give a major boost to regional exports, especially for perishable goods. TTT News' Mahalia Joseph Wharton tells us more.
The 5,000 square foot facility officially opened on March 20th is designed to accommodate aircraft containers and pallets, offering advanced refrigerated storage for temperature-sensitive cargo. The new unit is expected to significantly benefit local fish exporters and other perishable goods shippers. At a ribbon-cutting ceremony, General Manager of Cargo and New Business at Caribbean Airlines, Markland Mosley, said the airline is committed to innovation and reliability in cargo services.
This initiative underscores our commitment to meeting the evolving needs of our customers and reinforcing our role as a key enabler of trade and economic growth. At Caribbean Airlines Cargo, we recognize the importance of ensuring that temperature-sensitive cargo particularly perishable export cargo, is handled with the utmost care. This facility was constructed with that objective in mind.
The unit, built by Trinidad and Tobago's Michael Fab Limited, features a roller system allowing for the seamless storage and transfer of up to 40 aircraft pallets. With temperatures reaching as low as 2 degrees Celsius, it ensures the safe handling of perishable exports.
In addition to this critical investment, we continue to expand our service offerings. Recently, we introduced a new route to our dedicated freighter, between Kingston and Port of Spain, creating opportunity and capacity for our customers. Furthermore, we're leveraging more and more on the passenger network and moving cargo to key destinations, including St. Kitts, Puerto Rico, Martinique, Tortola, and others.
Mr. Mosley said the Caribbean Airlines cargo facility marks a major step in strengthening regional trade and economic growth. Mahalia Joseph Wharton, TTT News.
Today's sports report is all about football. The Reggae Boys are gearing up for a second leg of their CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminary fixture against St. Vincent and the Grenadines at Sabina Park on Tuesday. Head coach Steve McLaren is calling for strong fan support. The boys have returned to Jamaica after a hard-fought 1-1 draw in the first leg against their Caribbean rivals. This result marks the third time in history that Jamaica has failed to defeat St. Vincent, adding to previous results of a 2-1 loss in 2006 and a 3-3 draw in 1992. Speaking after the first leg at the Arnoldsville Stadium, McLaren acknowledged the need for better finishing from his players if they are to overcome the well-organized St. Vincent team. He also emphasized the importance of Jamaican fans' support in the second leg. He pointed out that the atmosphere created by the crowd at the Arnoldsville Stadium played a key role in St. Vincent's strong defensive display. He hopes that a similar energy at Sabina Park will boost Jamaica's performance on home soil. The winner of this two-legged tie will advance to the group stages of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, scheduled to begin in June. The match will kick off at 7 p.m. at Sabina Park. Dwight York has secured his first win as head coach of Trinidad and Tobago's senior men's football team, leading the Soca Warriors to a 2-1 victory over Cuba in their Gold Cup preliminary playoff. Goals from Isaiah Lee and Stefan Yates gave Trinidad and Tobago the edge in the first leg, but York warns the job isn't done. With Tuesday's returning match at home, he's counting on fan support and a strong performance to seal their spot in the tournament. Adrian Lazar has the details.
After being appointed as head coach of the Trinidad and Tobago senior men's football team in November 2024 and playing 3 matches, Dwight York claimed his first victory in TNT's 2-1 win over Cuba in the first leg of the CONCACAF Gold Cup prelims. Goals from Termanexa Hokata Rangers captain Isaiah Lee and Stefan Yates will see the Soca Warriors return to TNT for the second leg with their heads held high. York spoke on the result.
I'm very, very happy. This is a huge victory for us, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We got a lot of work to do, especially at home. The expectations will be high. We will probably be slight favorite going into the game, but we know how good of a team Cuba can be and can cause us problem. Like today, they cause us a lot of problem. But if someone said to me that I was going to be winning this game here in Cuba, of course, I'm very happy.
The head coach stated that he and his team are expecting a response from Cuba in the return leg.
Said we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. We know that this game is not over. We still got one more game to play. My players won't be complacent and we won't be taking Cuba lightly. We know that we are 90 minutes, we have one foot in the door, but we are 90 minutes away and a lot could happen in the game in 90 minutes. So we got to make sure that we prepare correctly. We have to have the same mentality and the same work ethic that I've brought to this team and same winning mentality. But this game is far from over. And I can assure you that we're not going to be taking this lightly.
York is hoping that home advantage will play a significant role in the match come Tuesday.
We will also have the home advantage, so hopefully that will make a significant difference. The fans back home will come out in the numbers to support the team. But this is huge. This is a huge result for me, a huge result for the team, a huge result for our country. And hopefully that, on Tuesday, that we can put the final touch to it. But I do want to assure everyone that Cuba is a very good team, and we have to be at our best if we are to go through to the Gold Cup.
Adrian Lazar, TTT Sport.
The Soca Warriors showed their true resilience in their CONCACAF Gold Cup playoff opener, bouncing back from an early setback to secure a 2-1 win over Cuba. After conceding in the 6th minute, Trinidad and Tobago fought back with goals, including a winner from Stephen Yates, marking his first in national colours. With confidence high, the team now turns its focus to Tuesday's return leg at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, where they'll look to seal their spot in the next round.
After going 1-0 down in the 6th minute against Cuba in the first leg of the CONCACAF Gold Cup preliminary round match, the Soca Warriors didn't let their heads go down and fought back to win the match 2-1. Stephen Yates, who scored the winning goal for TNT and also his first goal in national colours, spoke about the result.
Yeah, again, we spoke about different adversities we might be able to face in this game. We spoke about how we may concede, we may go down, we may be down a man or whatever the case is. But again, we spoke to not put our heads down, but to continue to fight. Maybe something we didn't have in the past. So again, we did concede early. It was unfortunate, but again, we as a group we stuck together collectively. We kept focused on what we needed to do, and again, it was just we ended up scoring again in the next 10-15 minutes. And again, we were back in the fight. And then obviously again, leading into the second half, scoring pretty early in the second half by myself was a good feeling. And again, we kept together as a team. We stayed tight, we stayed focused. And again, we ended up getting the result we wanted.
TNT midfielder Daniel Phillips, who started the match, was happy to play a part in what was an important victory.
Yeah, always happy to play. Obviously, you want to play every game, you want to start every game. So I was glad to be picked and do my best. Yeah, I think in every game, you can't be on top for 90 minutes. We knew that would happen. I think we soaked up the pressure quite well. Especially after conceding early, our heads didn't drop. We went back down the other end and scored. And I think we frustrated them really well. And it showed because we had a lot of chances on the counter-attack when we soaked up pressure and forced them into mistakes and then went down the other end.
The Soca Warriors are hoping to wrap up the tie on Tuesday when they host Cuba at the Attobuldon Stadium in Couva. Adrian Lazar, TTT Sport.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. And do remember, we are the People's Station.